All right, so in this video, we are going to use some of the tools that we've learned about, like the layers tool, the move tool, selection tools, and some of those. And we are going to make a Mr. or Mrs. Potato Head. So I'm currently on my Photoshop home part. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make a blank canvas. We did this earlier. And so I'm going to go ahead and go. Sorry, I got to figure out where I'm at here. I'm going to go new file. And this is going to be more of a vertical. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and say, yes, as custom 8 by 10. I'm going to take my width is 8, my height is 10, 300 pixels per inch. And then I'm going to say create. So with this, I get a blank white canvas. And next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up all the different parts of my Mr. Potato Head. So they are actually in Google Classroom, and you can download them just like we had done before. I've already downloaded mine. So I'm going to go ahead and open up each and every part, which happens to be the eyes, the body, the arms, the feet, and glasses and everything. So when I click over here, I'm going to do Mr. Potato Head. I'm just going to go ahead and open all of them up. And one of the requirements is that you put every single piece on him. That includes arms, body, ears, eyes, glasses, hat, nose and mustache together, shoes, and teeth. So if I open them up, I'm going to get all of these starting to come into Photoshop. Well, hopefully they are. I think they're still working. So one of the default things, or one of the problems we had before that I showed you and I'll review, is that if you have some of your images are not showing up, just go to the bottom on your Photoshop and go show all windows. Okay, so far it looks like just my teeth showed up. I'm going to have to do a little research here and see where my other part went even. My blank canvas is gone. I'll just go ahead and open the rest of them up. And if I need to make a new one, I will. I think it's just taking my Photoshop a little longer. Maybe I won't open as many things as once. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so we have the body, the arms, the ears. And they're all starting to appear now. They were there. They were just kind of like all put together in one part. And of course, it's so small, I didn't see them all. It's a lot of parts. Okay, so this is the canvas that I'm putting everything on, and now I need to start putting everything in. And if you remember yesterday, I talked about when you get a lot of layers, you need to be aware of what's there, and the best thing you can do is actually label them. So I'm going to start with the body. So I'm going to move this over just a little bit. I'm going to come over here to the body, and the benefit of this is you don't have much going on in the background, so I should actually be able to just click on my move tool here, and I'm going to drag it into my white canvas area. Now, I personally think that's kind of small, so I'm going to go edit and transform, free transform, excuse me, and I'm going to make his body quite a bit bigger. Just be a lot easier to put the stuff on. And I will tell you that some of these features are a little bigger and smaller than other areas. So I don't want it so big that I can't put his feet on, but I'm going to say that's about right. When I have used free transform, I need to release that frame that goes around it. So I'm just going to press return. Okay. And then I'm going to start picking up some of the other pieces. So I think what I'll do just to help things out is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete this body over here. And before I add anything else, let's go back to this because you'll notice my layers are up and I have a background layer that's locked and I have the body itself. And again, it's labeled layer 1. So I am going to double click that and I'm going to call that body. Okay, so I've got 2 layers right now. I think what I'll do is maybe I'll start with the teeth. Okay, I'm going to move the teeth over Whew, really small again. They might be pretty close, but I might make them just a little bigger. Okay, have another layer here. So I'm going to go ahead and double click it and say teeth. Got that? I think I'll go ahead and just make this a little bigger. So I'm going to go edit, free transform. And because I'm on that layer, I can do just that. There are the little indents on the face that give me the impression of where I think it should be. Might be about right. We'll go ahead and leave it for now. I can always come back to that layer and change it. All right, so I got the teeth done. I'll go ahead and get rid of the teeth. I'm going to go ahead and bring the, what do we got? I think I want to do the eyes next. So I'm going to move the eyes in. Okay. Yeah, they're looking a little small again. So edit, free transform. We'll make them a little bigger. And I think you guys are getting the point here. I'm going to do a couple more. Okay, not bad. Can go back later, but I'm going to just enter that or return it to release the transform. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to double click and I'm going to change this to eyes. Okay, come over here, delete. All right, so one of the things that happens with the arms is I'm going to move just one. We'll see if this works to just move. Oh, they actually both move. So when I did this before, I could only get one arm at a time. I just clicked on the body by accident. So I just moved the arms over. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to, when I did this last time I did this, I actually selected one arm and just moved it over. You could do that if you wanted to. What I will try right now, and you'll notice I'm actually on the arms layer. I'm going to go edit, free transform, and see what happens when I make it bigger. All right, so everything I've done so far has actually been what's supposed to be on the face, like the eyes, the nose, or excuse me, eyes, mouth, and so forth. The arms, on the other hand, you can see the little pegs right here. They actually should not show. They should be attached to the body. So we'll see what happens if I move it right about, right here. I need to go a little bigger yet. Okay, and I'm kind of gauging this on the outer part of that little, I can't even think of what the word is, the little thing that attaches it, the peg that attaches it to the Mr. Potato Head. I'm going to go a little larger. Ooh, I think I'm just about right. Okay, so this is where I want them, but unfortunately I can't leave it right there because it doesn't look right. So we talked a little bit about this yesterday, and that is I have to move these arms below the body, or I have to move the body up. Oh, no, I can't do the body up because then it's going to be in front of everything else. So I'm going to take these arms and I'm going to drag them under the body. And there we go. Now I have the arms attached and they look pretty real. I could, if I'm still on them, I can move them a little bit. I could even make them just a little smaller so we don't see that. They almost look like they're ready to fall off. But that's a starting point. All right, so you're getting the point here of what we do. Again, I'm going to go ahead and move the shoes over. Tiny, tiny shoes. I think they need to be bigger. How do we make them bigger? Edit, free transform, we make them bigger, okay? Also, make sure that when you do this, you go ahead and double click and title it shoes, okay? So you're gonna go ahead with the rest of your items, the hat, the nose, and the glasses. You're gonna do all of these pieces and parts. It looks like I've got 3 more things to do. When you get those done, then you are going to do a file save as, and you're actually going to turn this in the assignment. And I will have all of these pieces as an actual Google Classroom assignment that you can download. And then you can, when you're all done with your Mr. Potato Head, you can turn it in. However, when you turn it in, I would like you to change it to a TIFF or a JPEG. A TIFF or a JPEG, okay? So I'm going to finish this up real quick, and then I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Ooh, that's too small. We're getting there. And you can do whichever one you want, Mr. Potato Head or Mrs. Potato Head. Look what's happening here again. I got that dilemma of, okay, I need the hat in front of the body. So I'm going to have to, first of all, title it, and then I'm going to move this up. What happens if I move it there? Nope. What happens if I move it in front of all of them. Okay, so the problem we have with this hat, and I forgot that this was the case, is this hat has a white background. So this is going to be the one time where we're going to throw this layer away. Okay, I'm going to come back to this individual hat here, and I'm going to make a selection. Now, you remember we learned the magnetic lasso tool. So if I click on that magnetic lasso tool, I can go around and I can select the hat. That way I don't have that white background showing up. There is other ways to do this, but for today, this is our starting point on learning some of the selection tools. And again, as you're coming around and you're using these the magnetic lasso tool, when I get to this part, I'm just going to press return, or mine actually joined, and so it started the marching ants. Now I can go to the move tool. I can move it in. Looking so much better. Doesn't look right though, it's too small. So again, add a free transform. And we just move on to the next thing. Okay, we're getting there. All right, let's just assume we're all done. Obviously we are not. I still need the glasses, and I still need the nose. But if you were done at this point, again, let's just a review here. We're going to go save as. I am going to name this, actually it should be your first name, Jennifer Potato Head. Okay, I'm going to save this on my computer for the moment. When I get to this point, instead of format being Photoshop, we're going to go ahead and put it as a TIFF. And you can direct it where it goes. Right now, I think it's on my desktop. If it's asked for the image compression, just go ahead and say OK. Okay. Include layers. It's going to increase. I get that. Just say OK. And then, again, once you get done with this, put it on your assignment in Google Classroom. That is the end of the video. Again, this is not done, but you're going to finish yours and then turn it in. This is what we're doing Thursday.